And also, there's the good news, right? We're in the midst now of an amazing earnings period. So far, they're not going to cover off the ball. The first quarter earnings were through the roof. We can't keep it going forever, but it certainly speaks to an economy that's on fire.
I don't know if I would say on fire, but there are some good things. Good tax reform, good regulatory policy, or at least less worse regulatory policy. But I still think that the trade stuff is a very worrisome sign. Think about it this way, Charles. If you have one cigarette a day, maybe your chances of getting cancer aren't that high. But all of a sudden you go to 5 cigarettes a day and then a pack a day, then 2 packs a day. And that's how trade wars start. A little tit for tat here, then more, and all of a sudden, then you have 1930s-style economic damage because of the bad policy. So we're only affecting a little bit of trade now. Less than 10% is being hit by these tariffs. But watch out if somebody doesn't grow up and say we need to stop this process.
I did the math. So if you do 25% on the first 50 billion, and then 10%, we're talking an additional tax, if you will, of almost $33 billion on $560 billion in goods and services we import from China. Is that enough to derail, and I got to disagree. I mean, we're talking about a second quarter that might have been 5% according to Barclays. We're talking about all-time low unemployment rates. We're talking about wages edging up. I can't think of a more Goldilocks economic scenario.
Charles, if it stopped right here, I would agree with you. That's not going to cause a recession. It's not going to kill a recovery. I'd be more worried about things like bubbles because of the Fed and easy money. But I'm worried about where this process ends. As other countries retaliate and then Trump gets his back up and says, well, we're going to hit them back. It's like a couple of kids in a sandbox fighting, except we're the ones who are going to get sand in our eyes.
Patrice?
Well, just to jump in here, I mean, so far China is the only country that's really taken, any sort of bluff and been standing up to it. I think, I think we're going to see some sort of deal happen with China. But to another point, if tax reform 2.0 delivers another point lower in corporate tax rates, that's going to be even better for the stock market and for corporations.
All right, real quick, Dennis. You're taking some heat today because you got bullish. You're saying an exaggerated, stunning rally on the way. What's this all about? How come everyone's upset now?
Well, people should be upset. I think Dan is absolutely right. I am concerned about the fact that this is a very slippery slope and that we might be sliding down that slope far too quickly. We have to be very careful. But nonetheless, I'm a trader. I look at how the market has responded, and it's taken bad news and taken it very well. It has surprised me, no question about that. I think Dan is absolutely correct. But the fact is, the market still wants to go higher. I have no choice but to say it looks like still it is a bull market, and one has to still err upon the side of being bullish. But one has to be very, very careful.
I understand. Hey, thank you all very much.